sad sap kid that
bullshit.
wanted to be your BFF.
That is the
Maybe he saw your.
bullshit.
You know what? He must have saw your Tinder account's what it was.
No.
He was like, "Oh, this is Dalton."
What? No, I don't have one.
Must be why I only signed up for a Grindr account. So
Ah!
I don't know why nobody wants to be my friend. But welcome to Stasis Luck, episode 185. Blackout and Pout. You can find me everywhere at The Real Jed Vargo. Mike, where can people find you at?
You can find me everywhere as Angry Mike, but I'm also taking openings to tell you that your toy is trash in a KO.
Oh my god. Mike, you need to lay off the Facebook every now and again, bud.
Nope. Vargo has built me up. I am Dr. Tamil MD.
I am The Real Jed Vargo. And, that's what I do. I build my friends up. Man, Tom in the chat says, I'll be your friend. Man, I appreciate that. Yeah. We also got Leonardo in the chat. What's up, dude? Dalton, where can people find you at?
Find me everywhere at Daltonians and on YouTube as Daltonian95.
All right. Candace, where can people find you at?
You can find me at Essential Beast Wars.
Very good.
Essential people.
Just look her name up.
Yeah.
And
Mike.
Essential Beast Wars. We subbed a few members out to sub a few members in. Kabar, where can people find you at, my guy?
Ooh, Kabar.
Hey guys, you can find me on Twitter at kbar432.
All right. And Joe, are you there? Where can people?
Yep.
Yeah, it's pronounced K-bar, but I just can't I can't get that in my. It's because me and Hexatron, we had an argument about it one time. Hex said it was K-bar, I said it was Kabar, and after Kabar said it is indeed K-bar, I can't admit that Hex was right.
he always mispronounces things.
Yeah, that's his deal. Josh Duhamel and Makey Toys.
It's that southern thing.
Yeah, it's a Texas thing. So, anyways, yeah. Joe, where can people find you, man?
Right now you can reach me through my Primal Secretary, but I'm working on getting a celebrity page, which will probably be related to the phrase Primal Secretary.
Oh, very good. Is it going to be like an OnlyFans?
Yep, OnlyFans. So I'm sure no one will be on there. But
Dalton will have to pay for it.
No,
it'll just be pictures of Joe clean shaven, wearing various wigs, so he has a full head of hair. So just a complete opposite. Instead of the beard and bald, it would just be full head of hair, clean face. That's gonna be Joe's OnlyFans.
And the hole in the floor.
Yeah. Nope, no more holes in the floor. I moved out.
Very good, man. Screw your former landlord. That dude was a dick.
Mm-hmm.
We got Josh Fisher in the house. Speaking of moving places, good to see you there, buddy. So,
what's up, Josh?
Yeah, man. Josh, he's been a busy bee these last few weeks. So yeah, there's that. You go check out MPSP Theater while I'm talking about him. It's been a minute since we shouted those guys out. So
buzz on over there.
That's a buzz on over there. Jesus.
Oh, we were just saying the one-legged wonder.
Did Mike? That'll be you fighting for that spot pretty soon. Just have Josh and Mike do a battle royale.
Just wait till the corral opens back up.
We'll fight.
That's the WrestleMania. That's the WrestleMania I want to watch. Mike, did you get anything this week?
I'm trying to remember. I think since last week I got the 6-inch Joes in.
Nice.
And then I got my last 2 Seacons. And I think that's really it. Everything else I got coming is after today.
Very good. Dalton, did you get anything?
I don't think I did get anything this week. I think everything was last week. So nothing this week.
Well, hold on a second. I just remembered what else I got. Hold on.
Nope, too late.
Nope, I can take Dalton's
You already went. You
went.
gotta do it.
You
gotta do it next week. Save it for next week.
Oh.
You gotta save it for next week.
Yeah.
Save it for next week. Look at that. Look at those admin controls. Boom.
Oh.
Oh.
Poor Mike.
Look at me. I control the free speech now.
Sorry, Dr. Tittle.
Get it right. Get
MD.
it right. Get it right.
Indeed.
What kind of doctor am I?
You doctor yet?
I bet you're a prostate doctor.
I ain't sticking my hands in shit.
I mean, that's where they go.
Nope.
Candace, did you get anything this week?
Nope. Move along.
Is Mike gonna say what he got? Oh,
No, he's got to wait till next week. He already went.
Yes,
He can't
I was
just. He
kidding.
can't just wait.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks, King. You hurt me on that one.
well, I'm
As soon as you
sorry.
said it, they're all like, "Yeah, no, you gotta wait till next week." Yeah.
He's gonna forget it next week too.
Probably
that old
right.
age. That old age he always talks about.
We'll come back to him anyway, I'm sure. I did, actually. I got, thanks to Mike Kwan and maybe Kabar, maybe you said it too. Those little rat trap pillows on Society 6 or 6 Society, whatever the hell it's called. I got one of those. It says we're all gonna die. And it's like perfect with my little stand with my Megatron statue on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I also got this little tiny translucent blue Optimus Primal thing. It's super tiny. It's like maybe an inch and a half tall. And I got it from eBay. The guy didn't know where they were for, or what they were for.
Is it
Supposedly
Transmetal
super-
Primal? Or is
Yes.
I wonder if it's one of those little kabayas. One of those little. Is it like a? Does it transform at all?
Oh
Or,
no,
like,
it's
do
like a
pieces
little.
come off.
No, it's like a little, almost like a little gummy bear.
Huh.
But the guy didn't know, and I thought maybe you would know, Dakota. But you're disappointing me.
It's so like I've kind of seen some semblances of those on Yahoo Japan, but like I think I've only seen like the little bitty Dinobot one that I have. It's like a little statue, like one of those little army men. You
Yeah.
know, like little statues.
They
It's got
did,
like a little base.
No, it doesn't have a base.
It doesn't have like a where and maybe they did
They
it
did a-
differently.
They did a bunch of those in Beast Wars 2 in Japan.
Yeah, they had like a
Um,
box set in like
Yep,
I've seen the
and then
box set.
they made like a ship for them. I don't know if they did Primal though. So
Then they could have. There's a possibility. Well, no, because maybe. I'm sure they would have done. They're kind of like decoys. Like they're very similar to like what the old G1 decoys are.
yeah, I have a handful, and they're like clear, blue, sparkly plastic. So
Yeah, that's probably what it is, but I don't know the actual name of them.
Well, that's all I got. So
Oh well, that's
Pretty
pretty
cool.
neat. I hope they made a
I know.
Dinobot one, so I can try.
Right?
Like I know, like they made like the little kind of super deformed like little finger puppets, and like I know they
Yeah.
made a rat trap. I saw where they made a Dinobot, but I have not been able to find a Dinobot. I've seen the rat trap on Yahoo Japan a lot, but I want that Dinobot. Joe says he has it, but he isn't coming off of it because he doesn't want to open it. Doesn't want to set. I don't give a single shit to Sunday about the set. I just want the Dinobot. So, if anyone knows where they're out there, they're little bitty, like again, super deformed. I want it, and I pay good money for Dinobot memorabilia. So don't y'all forget it.
He pays excellent money.
I really do. I definitely put it where my mouth is. Got more dollars than cents. as I've been told.
Oh!
Yep. Figured you get a kick out of that. Let's see. We got Brother Kyle in the chat, and we got Ghost Lord Peter in the chat. What's up, fellas? Kabar, did you get anything this week?
Yeah, I did actually. So I got a Telemoka Cheetor box and DVD from Joe.
Yes.
And Joe sent me some customs, and I got my first Animorph. So that was pretty fun. I had fun.
those are
taking
some of
pictures
those
that.
trash customs I bought on eBay where the seller was a piece of garbage.
He just threw them in the box, like no bubble wrap or anything. Just sent you a box full of like painted plastic rubbing together.
Well, no, that's how they arrived when I got them. I wrapped them in paper, didn't I?
Oh yeah. Yours was well packed.
Compared.
Are you sending any of those to Tyler? Joe, or is it just going to be a surprise and then I'll have to surprise him by not telling him?
I'm not sending a box to Tyler. I could figure something out if you want.
I thought you were sending it to me to send to him.
No, Hanny sent that to you to send to him.
Oh my god.
Oh,
you confused
okay.
me.
I was like, all I know is like I got a tracking number, and I thought you got something. I thought Tyler got something from you, and then you said if you would have just left it as, oh, that's just something Hanny sent, I'd have been like, oh, what is this dude sending me? Like, because I couldn't remember of anything. Like, I don't think I have anything on the back burner for Magabus. If I do, I wouldn't know.
Tyler wanted the Red Bull, so
The Red Bull?
the side swipe.
Generation toy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wonder if he's gonna sell that one off immediately like he did Ape Wang.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll probably end up
I'll
buying
probably
it.
buy it back from him, or Dalton will.
That's funny. Brother Kyle's excited about the Animorphs there. Gabar.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it was the triple changer, maybe.
It was the red like alien dude. I can't remember what
Yeah.
they're called. I had the blue one. I had the blue one. They're like alien centaur people.
Yeah, he's like a centaur, and then he's like a dragon, maybe.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
one
know.
I had, I think he's the bad guy. The one I had was the good guy that was blue and turned into a scorpion.
Oh, okay.
I always thought those designs, like those, I think could pass for like decent Beast Wars designs, because it kind of fits into that weird mythological creature sort of thing with the whole centaur deal.
You mean there's not a small child inside of it?
Probably.
That toy line is weird, man.
Yeah. Dude, Walrus Law uploaded, I think, it was this video, like this like promotional video done in like 1999 with like the Transmetal 2s and the Animorphs figures at the time. And it was just like watching it was so much cringe. It's just some little kid like, talking about how you transform
Oh yeah.
the Animorphs, and he's just like, and then you take these claws that were hanging off to the side and then you put them on. See, 17 easy steps. Like, it was just wild, man.
Don't lose them claws. Lose half the beast mode.
Yeah, and like buying it, it already lost all the value. So,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, what are you gonna do? But yeah. Like, so I think it was Audible put Animorphs up for free, or someone did like put all the Animorphs audiobooks up for free during like the start of the PBR virus. And I joked around with Brother Kyle and Sam Mead. I was like, "Yeah, dude, we're just gonna do Animorphs podcast every Thursday." And Sam was ecstatic. Little Sam Mead from MPSP Theater. So,
Brother
You
Kyle
want
says he's gonna send me his Animorphs. That's pretty funny.
that's the only way you can get rid of them. Like, you just got to give them away.
I'll take him, Kyle. I'll take him off your hands.
Just think of them as like canceled Beast Wars mutants instead of looking at the Beast Wars mutants as canceled Animorphs.
Pretty much.
Just consider it that. So, all right, well, cool. I got, since nobody asked.
Oh, what a dick, Kabar.
Nobody cares.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think I got anything this week. No, take that back.
See, look at y'all got nothing. Yeah, I
Um,
can't tell you what I got.
I got. I said I don't think. I didn't confirm. There was no confirmation. I got an upgrade set for Siege Impactor. It was one that I got off of TF Safari. I think it was one of the ones where you could like only get it from there. Now I got one a while back that was just leg fillers and like the back yellow piece filler that you had to paint yourself. And I put those on my retail Impactor. And they're all right. They got the job done. But this one was definitely meant more for the 3-pack Impactor that has a more IDW head on it. And the upgrade pieces definitely give him a more IDW vibe. And it looks really cool. And they include fillers for like the small little waffles in the biceps and the thighs. And like if there's a gap there, it's filled. And I think and it was all painted and the paints match at least like 99%. I mean, there's some slight color differences here and there, but more or less they're fine. And I think it was only like $5 more than the unpainted
Yeah, it was like
set
50.
that I got. Yeah. Yeah, this one was 20, the other one was 15. I'm like, damn. So I ended up buying 2 of those old sets, so I may just like paint them up and then just try to sell them painted. Just to like recoup off the back end. I don't know. But anyways, it's a really cool set. Again, I don't know which one. I don't know which one it was, but it was the one that came with the new shoulder launcher piece and like outside leg pieces and just extra stuff like that. The only thing that would have made it awesome is if it came with a replacement harpoon. That would have made it like 100% for me. But like as it is, I mean it's definitely like 4.5 out of 5 stars. Love it. So all right. Let's I can't remember what the episode was.
Endgame Part 1.
Endgame Part 1. Dalton, take us away.
First little thing is like I kind of like the little trick that Rat Trap did where, third time he rehashed his little design. This time it tricks the drones or generals into seeing them on their teammates.
They're evolving.
Weird thing, Strika roller skating on her hover wheel. That doesn't make sense. Like they're pointing down yet she's trying to roller skate as if her wheels are the way they should sound.
That's like adding a piece of flair, I think. It's just like.
I mean, you can skate on ice skates, right? They don't have wheels; they don't roll. Like they can skate on hover thingies.
And
leave it to the cast member that lives in the tundra to.
No, it's actually 70 and sunny here today.
Tyler says anti-grav boots.
Yeah, maybe. But it just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's like the hoverboard from Back to the Future. While she is a brilliant strategist, she is not very perceptive of Black Arachnia putting that little piece right there on her shoulder where she could just easily turn her head and see it. It's right there. And then, Black Arachnia screaming like a dude.
Bro, give her a break. Silverbolt hasn't plowed her field of dreams in a long time.
No, I'm talking about Strika.
Oh, well, yeah, you said Black Arachnia played that spot. Like,
no, I'm talking about Strika not being able to see it. She's not very perceptive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll move it along.
I think this is the first instance we get the whole Lord Megatron title that would be continued from here on out.
For the next 2 episodes.
No, I mean just in general for Megatron, like for the franchise.
He's no longer my queen.
Well, I mean just the whole calling any Megatron Lord Megatron. I don't understand how Botanica losing her life force means that she becomes see-through. Like that didn't make any sense to me.
It's because the toys, man. The translucent toys.
You love translucent toys.
No, I don't.
Whatever, man. Beast Machines was probably the most unique Transformers toy design because of its use of translucent plastics, and that's why I like it a lot, and I'll fight anybody.
That's why they break a lot.
That's why the Night Scream breaks a lot. That Night Scream is horrible.
Because he sucks.
I have 3 of them.
I honestly never, before this, never would have expected Rat Trap to cry over a daisy.
Oh.
Daisy.
I would have never expected
Rat
Rat Trap to.
wasn't it?
I would have never expected Rat Trap to cry. Like in general, like he just definitely seemed like someone who wouldn't really invest a whole lot. Like I've talked ever since we've been doing these Beast Machines episodes about how I like where the character progression went for these characters. That's the one aspect of Rat Trap I don't like. Like I definitely equate it to everything else that he's gone through to him definitely having some form of PTSD. But this, and maybe this plays into it, but I don't.
I mean, PTSD in a wheelchair kind of thing.
Ugh, I wasn't gonna draw the. Okay.
Wow.
You get a little bit of
Lieutenant Dan.
Listening to a lot of Credence.
Lieutenant Dan.
we get a little bit of season 1 Megatron when the computer is about to overload and he just droops his arm down, just not even trying to get away. It's just kind of that little bit of slapstick. Had to replay one scene in particular a couple times, just Rat Trap getting hit in the face with that, pod hatch.
Why? Because he got hit?
Don't like the character.
You like him getting hit in the face with a pod hatch?
Well, he's getting hit in the face, period.
The whole plant drill thing that Botanica does is still a little weird. And then we're in the end game now.
You had to do it.
Had to get that one good Dalton up.
Had to do it. Couldn't hold back.
Nope.
No restraint.
None.
Yeah. And honestly, this is where I thought the series was starting to get pretty good as like a wrap up. And I don't know, like I've said a lot of times, like I enjoyed season 2 of Beast Machines more than I did season 1. But yeah.
Season 1, I don't like you. I don't like you either. Oracle.
The seeds of the future lie buried in the past. Don't you understand that? Like, yeah, you've said it for the last 15 episodes. So, I got it.
And somehow he still doesn't understand that when they're trying to figure out, how to change Cybertron back.
I still don't know. I was going to say, like, honestly, I still don't get it. I still don't understand that in its relation to, like, what actually happens. You know what I mean? I just thought that it was just like, hey, what's this catchy thing that we can do? Well, we can say I am transformed a lot. Yeah, what's another catchy thing we can do? Like, come on, man. Those are my critiques for the week. But getting right on into the meat and taters, this is where you can follow us and reach us at if you want to. Instagram.com/StasisLockPodcast, Facebook.com/ Twitter.com/StasisLockCast. Joe specifically at StasisLockPodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, the Beast War Society. It's a buy, sell, trade, and discussion group. Join now. We are, I think, over 900 members.
Over 950, I think.
And over 950. So we're getting real close to that 1,000. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty good place to talk shop and,
And
hang out.
if you invite anybody, make sure you tell them to answer the questions.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people this past week that were invited by other members in the group. Please remind them, answer the questions. We'd love to have them in there, but only if they answer the question. All right. News. We got some good stuff this week, man. We actually got some slides, but first and foremost, the Ultra Gear Stasis Lock photo op bringing Masterpiece Shooter Pizza Robocon July 24th, 25th, 2020 in Louisville, Kentucky for epic galvanic gyroscopic gathering of the most open cheetors in one location. And if you want to touch, lick, and or sniff my prototype cheetor, I will wash my hands before handling it.
And we are taking applications for roommates, by the way. You can have the your choice of the tub or the floor next to the closet.
Tub.
We gotta have that extra space and extra money for the deal room.
No kidneys will be going missing. You don't have to worry about that. We're all very squeamish when it comes to that sort of thing.
Now, whether you get roofied and bald in your face, that's a different story.
If any of y'all,
BotCon 2016, it's the same hotel.
If any of y'all decide to shave my face while I'm passed out, I'll find out who it is, and I'll hurt you.
We'll just leave the clippings there in the bed by you, just like that scene out of The Godfather.
Don't make me draw. I'll put you down. Okay. It's just how it's gonna be. But it better not happen. So, getting into some news. Last week, Takara teased the Generation Selects box set that we all assumed it was going to be God Neptune. Some people wanted those crazy Universe Club colors. While that would be neat to see, I don't think I'd pick those up. But these, definitely am getting. pretty happy about these. This is roughly going to cost you close to $200, depending on where you buy it from. Yada yada yada. So, yeah.
Just saying, you're saving money by going to Pulse.
Yeah, Pulse was about the cheapest.
You know, Pulse didn't pay us anything to promote them, so
Okay.
Hey,
go to whoever you feel comfortable going
He
to.
said, "Fuck it, go wherever you want to."
Yeah, go wherever you want to go. Until we pick up a sponsorship, go wherever you want to go. As soon as we pick up said sponsorship, then you can go there. So I only remember like 2 or 3 of the names. This is one of them because I like the way he was characterized in the show. This is Coelagon. He was like a lazy old man, and I feel like I relate to and am cut from that cloth. But these look good, man. The gold, the silver, the white. I guess this is what the G1 fans were feeling with the King Poseidon crew.
and they're crying about the white plastic on this. It's like it's supposed to be this way, unlike the 8-face that we got.
Oh, this is that same kind of like rough textured white plastic, or
Well, it's that weird, like milky white, like almost
The
see-through.
pearl.
oh, this. I mean, I think this works.
Yeah.
Also, something interesting is it looks like you have some weapon options here. So, I do like the weapon storage as well. So, like you can see in this picture, the little tail thing back there, or it can become the gun. I'm guessing that's what that is.
Yeah.
And then you also got the other weapon that can connect with the 2 guns here. So something we didn't get on the originals, but I do appreciate the options here now, on these updates.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad we didn't get the 6th member.
Terramander.
I'm totally fine that we didn't get the 6th member. Like, I wouldn't have known what to do with them, and like I hear like a lot of people are having problems getting that 6th member to be anything reasonable in target master mode anyways. So
Becomes a cane and holds the thing up so it doesn't fall over.
Maybe they will fix the issue this time around. You can hold it up.
I don't
perfectly
think
fine.
so. I think
Hey,
those joints
give
are
them-
shot at this point.
Oh my goodness! Have no
Honestly,
faith, young
They've done them
Padawan.
50 million times by now.
I really don't care if they fix them or not. Honestly, like it's nothing I couldn't stiffen up on my own. And I don't know, I guess I'm just about it, like whatever. But and Dalton, you said all these have brand new heads, right? Is it all of them, or was it just
I was mistaken. It was just the angle of the pictures.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was just one of them.
It's just the one. It's just the one.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's what I
just
thought.
Scylla. Scylla is the one with the new head.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
Tentacles. Ain't that right, Dalton?
Shut
Honestly, Scylla is the only other one that I remember because she has the tentacles.
up. But yeah, this is Terramander.
The shoe is on the other foot. Anime hentai creators. Now the girl has the tentacles. So yeah, this one looks good.
Yeah, I do like the blue visor, and this is Sea Phantom.
Thanks.
Is it weird that she was obsessed with Scuba, who also had that?
Yeah.
Well, and then,
What happens at the bottom of the ocean stays at the bottom of the ocean.
well, then you had Bighorn obsessed with her.
Yeah, Bighorn definitely wanted some suction cups.
Ooh.
It's just a spicy. Anyone who hasn't watched Beast Wars Second yet, Carjudo Fan Subs has it up on their YouTube, subbed in English. You gotta get over the fact that it's subtitled, but
I can't.
if
Well,
you can't, it just shows that you're not cultured. So
Yep, I'm not cultured and I'm fine with it.
not very
No.
cultured.
This one, I do hope the issue with the friction hinge is fixed.
Is this the you're talking about like right here where this piece folds back or whatever?
Yeah,
I don't know anything about these
Right in the middle.
molds, and I'm not gonna watch any reviews or anything on them because I want to experience them for
You
myself.
hear that? You hear
Yeah.
that, Dalton? You just lost a review.
God, Mike.
I had to stay away just for a quick second. What were you talking about the head on this one?
The
I understand
hinge.
that- the hinge. I'm hoping that
Yep.
one does get fixed. I
Right,
think it
me
was
too.
just a
Shark head?
issue.
Yeah, when you pull it back, it pop. I mean, mine's in there okay, but I mean it's very wiggly, and it will pop.
Oh yeah,
right
mine
off.
is too.
He's a
And-
land shark. Grr.
And the arm, one of my arms, and I've seen someone else have an issue.
I synced it.
When you try to pull it, pull it downward, it comes completely. The whole arm assembly comes completely out.
Are yours from Pulse or are yours
Pulse.
from Takara?
I got
Pulse.
my
Okay.
pulse.
I got a Takara one for the squid and the shark. So I'm just curious if there's any tolerance differences because
I don't think
they have
so.
a different
Packaging.
they have a different outer box sleeve on them.
That's
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 the
it.
only difference.
That's the only thing. It's
Okay.
yeah.
Still,
It's just like getting the MPs from Takara. It's the same. It's the same exact run. It's just Hasbro.
Well, no, remember Black
Right
Arachnia had a different stamp on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's what makes me wonder.
Yeah, but with this isn't. I don't know. I don't think this would be.
I think these were a consecutive run where I think
Yeah.
the Hasbro Black Arachnias because they came out months later. So
Yeah, and that's usually with all the MPs. The Takara market ones will hit first, and then the Hasbro Asia / Pulse ones.
My main issue with the overbite was the fact that the shark legs didn't tab onto the robot legs correctly.
not very good on mine. It felt like it was tearing that peg up when I did it. They have their issues. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but they're still great figures. It's just, I'm glad I got them at the price, not the secondary, because the secondary you need
Secondary
a bottle of
price is
lube.
ridiculous.
Yeah, you need some lube with that. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
is it worth not selling them and keeping them?
I don't see. That's the thing. I don't
Could
think
be
so.
making that money.
I mean, it just depends on how much you really like.
The Seacons.
Yeah, I mean that's really like that's my stance on anything. Like I know right now I could take some of the stuff I have to the secondary market and walk away with a mint, but
Mhm.
I really like all that stuff, so it's not worth taking it to the secondary market.
It's like I don't know if you guys saw I know me and Dakota talked about it, but there was a post where a guy picked up a set and he was so excited that he only spent $800 on it, but his max bid was $1,000.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
He paid it was like 800. I think it was 856.
I think they charged him the shipping too.
Yeah, that's a slap in the nuts right there, man. I mean, seriously,
Wow, that's
you going to
crazy.
charge? It's like that Megatron that went for
That's
$3,500.
exactly what we're talking about.
You can't pay. I mean, you cheap bastard. You can't pay $12 for shipping.
Nope.
Damn.
All $1,300 has to go to his bank account. Well, minus the 10%.
This is crazy.
14 after everything's said and done, give or take.
Too much.
So, I mean, yeah, like that's.
I just
I
love
don't
these
know.
cards.
I honestly don't know who else would do that. I mean, like that was that one guy. Granted,
Right.
there were other people that ran it up to just the way that I think is okay. You've got one person that's going to run 100. Like you can maybe appeal to the people that were wanting it close to that $700 range, but that's also that fever competitive bidding that's taken over too.
I'm going to laugh so hard when they put a box set of those out. If they
That's
do.
the thing. I think they solicited it. Speaking of the 2006 Megatron, Mike, the one that was at 800 like all this past week,
Oh yeah. I
sold
know.
for 1,300 loose with no bio card.
Right. Yeah. I
Complete.
kept posting on that post. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the last hour, it was at I mean, it jumped pretty good the last hour because I was watching it.
$1,311 with no bio card.
No
And
bio
I think
card.
someone said like that their guess is it would probably sell for 16 with the bio card.
Yeah.
And like at first I was like, no way. At first, this right here, I was like, no way. This might hit 1,000. And like lo and behold, I was wrong.
I was a little thinking to myself. I was like, man, if this doesn't go more for what I paid without the key, I'm gonna be so pissed. It did start creeping up to 900. I was like, okay, I don't feel too bad. And then it kept going and going. I'm like, man, I watched some of that guy's auctions, man. his stuff just boom, boom, boom went for some mint prices.
Yeah, so that's it, you know.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to my girl Scylla with the tentacles.
Tentacles.
Ow. And the lipstick. Golly.
Bow, chicky, bow, bow.
Is putting lipstick on a squid the same as like putting it on a pig?
I don't know. What's that called?
No, Dakota. There's something you're not telling us.
There might be a few things I ain't telling y'all, but you know, we'll save that for another day. So, anyways, moving on. I didn't realize that she didn't have like any color because like I keep my originals, I keep them combined, but like it's like they literally just like painted gold where the naughty bits would be.
Well, and she's got them on the top of her forearms too. So,
oh, thanks for looking at the forearms.
But
you know, the forearms are also naughty bits.
The thighs, the shoulders, thighs, and shins are all the same from the Moonracer mold. So they kept that instead of using the tentacle parts.
Huh.
What I would have liked is if they kept the thighs from Tentakill to give her that little like shorts look that she had.
Hashtag thigh gap. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the Tentakill.
Not as much as Dalton has, apparently.
honestly, I mean, like I didn't know. Like, if you would have told me this is all Tentakill except a remolded head, I would have been like, all right, I believe you.
Oh, she's got a remolded torso too.
I didn't know the torso was remolded either. Because I know that the Tentakill torso was already pretty, dare I say, feminine in physique.
This is even more so.
So yeah, this is even, but like it kind of kills it with this flat shit behind it. This box that she's got on her back, you know. But anyways, that's that. Looks good. Like again, I haven't seen my set of originals, and I haven't watched the show in a year. So I mean, I really didn't know that she was this bland as far as the color palette goes. So there's that.
Well, she then have a darker gray on her thighs, but
half shell.
Yep.
Yeah, half shell. The Cap'n, which I'm definitely looking forward to. I love the way this dude transformed in the Beast Wars second movie. I don't know. I'm very likely I'm still kind of on the fence, man, because I really want to display them individually and not combined. Because I like them as a team unit and not necessarily as a combined unit.
Well, you like to switch it up, don't you?
No, man. I keep like all my other combiners. I keep them completely combined, like all of them.
I would wait and see how you like it in hand, and then go from there.
Yeah,
and
that's
exactly.
I'm not getting to. That's another thing is like these are going to be my quote unquote MPs. Like I think these are going to fit in that MP scale and aesthetic well enough. That's the thing. I'm not buying two. I don't have two Lio convoys. I'm not. I don't have two of the MP38s either. I don't have two burnings. I'm just getting one. Like anything MP from the Japanese Beast Wars line.
How many Megatrons do you have, and how many Dinobots do you have?
I have 4 Dinobots, 3 Megatron, 3 Primals, 3 Cheetors, 1 Shadow Panther, 3 Black Arachnias, and 3 Tigatrons on pre-order.
But you don't
what if your prototype Cheetor is really a Shadow Panther?
Oh, I forgot about the prototypes. I got prototype Cheetor, prototype Primal. It came with no, you don't. It came with the communicators, but it did not come with the mutant mask. So it's a prototype Cheetor.
You get you there, Drew.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I was just checking. I have the same thing, so.
Yeah. It's a neat. I think it's a neat test shot. I really like it.
I like it. I like it in green. The clear plastic on the joints is kind of scary, but
yeah, it's very scary, especially on like the waist piece. Oh
God. Yeah, or the shoulder clips.
Yeah, that too. Also, yeah, the shoulder clips aren't remolded. I didn't know this thing had ankle tilts. I didn't know that they did that for him.
Yes.
Ball jointed.
Yeah. That's an ankle tilt, Dalton. Jesus.
Also, ankle rocker.
Mr. Actually over here. Now, is the combined head like a helmet still, or is it just like all fitted in? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
Why'd you ask?
Because, man, I wanted to be surprised. All right, so
don't ask.
That combined that combined gun mode is straight in the box. I'm hoping none of those pieces on that gun mode are necessary for the alt modes, and if they are, I'll find another spot for them on the figure because I think this thing's like loaded up in 5mm ports. So
I think the only one that's necessary is the tail for Coelagon.
yeah. Well, his is up here on him right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
They have it on him.
So it's not part of this monstrosity.
Yeah, I think
The
I'll just.
lobster also had a tail that was part of the alt mode, but he's not included.
Oh, I don't see a lobster in this lineup, Joe.
Yeah, I know. It makes me sad. Shut up.
Well, I kind of have a feeling that they release the lobster as his own character for those who want it.
It'll be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
I highly doubt all of that, fellas. I'm gonna be the guy that rains on your parade here, but
No!
I would count on it. If they do, I'd be mad because I'd have to get it despite not wanting it. Oh, Echo.
Oh, Echo.
Who's doing it? We're gonna run down the. All right, Mike, unmute. Echo. I said Mike unmute.
I said Mike unmute, not Dalton unmute.
The echo. Goodness, son. All right, next piece is DNA Designs. They are doing a Matrix Buster cannon for Big Convoy. Those of you who didn't want to spend. Damn. Leave and come back. Rest in peace to the audio listeners. Golly. All right. So anyone who didn't want to spend $120 on the Encore, the toy accurate colors that came with accessory pieces that should have come with the anime accurate colors Encore release. DNA Designs has got your back here. We'll take guesses on pricing after this, but they made their own, and it is different. I think on the regular core, this piece doesn't come off. This big piece, for the tip of the cannon, this kind of square piece. This I guess it's a intake vent or something like that. It does come off on the Encore, but they design theirs to where it can be held with the in the left hand or the right hand for anyone who has that preference. Me personally, I don't really care to have him hold it in his right hand. I mean, he held it in his left hand in the show, and that's how the one that came with the Encore had it. So I mean, what are you gonna do, right? So yeah, you can swap it, and it even shows where this little handle can flip to the left side or to the right side, where on the Encore you only had the one option. Damn. Dalton, figure it out. So yeah, you get the hoses, and they're, I guess, these look to be thinner and possibly more hollow. Be cool if they had a spring or a wire in it. But you also get a new Matrix accessory because the Encore, the Toy Colors Encore, had a remolded Matrix, and it looks like this one's designed very similarly, but it doesn't look like it's a direct knockoff, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so it shows you can put the Matrix in the chest, and they are using the show color ones here, which is what they should be, right? And you can kind of sort of barely see where it folds up, but it folds at a different hinge. and the tubes rather, they all plug in how they're supposed to. It's strange, like taking the tip of it off here, but I mean, whatever. There's your play factor if you want it. Is anyone getting this that didn't want to pick up the Encore?
No.
I might, but I still want to get the Encore too because, for the sake of mold completion. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd still rather pick up the Encore because it has the Navi figure with it. I feel like I
Dude,
just
like
want that. I want that for my display. So
I was talking in the Beast Wars Society that like I bought the Encore more for Navi than I did for the Matrix Buster. Like the Matrix Buster is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I've wanted that ever since I saw Neo. But like Navi really is the deal stealer. Like I hope we get something that where they'll give us a D Navi. You know, I mean, they could, I guess, do Magmatron as an Encore. I mean, even though he's already pretty show accurate as is.
yeah.
But yeah.
I think if I do pick this up, though, I might end up listing my Sonocon big convoy for sale, though.
Oh yeah. Well,
because
there are some.
It would render it useless. You know what I mean? It would just there'd be
Right.
no reason to have it.
I was gonna say there are some deco differences between the two, between the gray paint, the silver paint, and I think there were a few other things that were different. But I mean, I think it was the tusks. I think the mammoth tusks. They're
Different
they're
color.
white. Yeah, where they're supposed to be that kind of like creamy bone color.
Gotcha.
So if you're into that sort of thing, Mr. Telemucca guy,
Yeah, I don't
it
know.
may worth me hanging on to.
I might pick this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna if they'll do it in blue big convoy colors, I'll pick it up for sure. I know he didn't utilize it or anything like that in any versions of the fiction, but I still think it would be pretty neat just for him.
Yeah, they could probably go wild with these colors. I mean, what is there like 8 or 9 big convoys or something?
You got blue big convoy, you got black big convoy, you got Nemesis, you got the original, which we've got,
Ultra
and then you
Mammoth.
got Magnus. Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure blue and Mammoth would probably be kind of close, but also kind of not, just because like they're very different blues, and Mammoth had a lot more red and white in his color scheme. So
I wonder if his would be like just wasn't his Matrix chrome with the blue crystal?
yeah, I think so was blue big convoys. I think theirs are very similar.
Big thing
Also,
for me
right-
on this thing is the price. I mean,
Yeah.
DNA stuff is usually expensive.
Yeah. So I'm
$30 for the
I
whole
was-
thing.
$30, I could do that. But I mean, I'm expecting with them 50, 60,
No,
70.
it's $30. It's up for pre-order on Big Bad.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
no
Is
kidding.
it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
that
I'm wrong.
surprises me.
Actually, it's $26.99.
Whatever.
Mike, you're such trash, bro.
$4 with the flat rate shipping. So yes, $30.
Thanks, Dalton, for letting us all have a view of taking bets on what the price actually was instead of going out there and spewing it.
I was gonna say, yeah, like 30 surprises me, man. I expected 50 just like Joe did.
Actually,
All right, so
Shut
Do
up.
do you
Their
think
primal
it's
upgrade kits were like 40 or something like that, and they barely came with anything. And this
Yeah.
comes with a lot, so that surprises me.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think for $27, this wouldn't be bad.
well, I think for like also what like 6 pieces of plastic total here,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
you know, that's not bad. So what do you think it's worth? I guess is a good question. I'll run down the old line here. Mike, what do you think it's worth?
$26.99, Bob.
You're such trash. You're such
I
trash.
know it.
Joe, what do you think it's worth?
I don't know. I'd pay the 30, like 25, 30, I guess.
Yeah. Kabar, what about you, man?
Yeah, I think it's worth 30. It's not bad.
Candace, is there any interest in this at all? Does it fall into your realm of, like, I know it's Japanese beasts, but
Not really, but it does look neat.
Alright, so
I would
you'd
say 30-ish.
I was gonna say it'd probably be like $12.99. Yeah.
$10.
Dalton,
I mean, you're getting what you pay for, so yeah, about 30.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. TM2DB in the chat said no Navi, no buy.
So be interesting if they throw that in there later on and maybe just surprise us with it.
And here's something else, man. Something I kind of glossed over at the beginning. It comes with a connector piece for you to actually store it in Mammoth mode.
That's pretty
and, bro, I'm about this.
Well, you're gonna get it.
That's why I'm gonna get it, so I can have the Encore one in bot mode, and then this one on another one in Mammoth mode.
I was gonna say if they could just if someone can cast that connector piece for me, see if I can port it over on the Encore.
Dude, you can't even afford to just spend the $30.
I don't want it. That's the thing. I don't want I'm not gonna be able to display the whole thing. I just want the little piece. I just want the little connector piece. And that's the thing. I would do it. I would do it one time, take a picture for my own laughs, and never use it again. But I think this is awesome. I love weapon storage. So
this is like the epitome of weapon storage.
Yeah.
And see, that would look great as a turret for Stampy, and have Stampy sitting up there manning the turret kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. That sells it for me. I need it now.
This is weapon storage turned up to 11, So it's there as an option. I mean, again, you're saving whatever, $60 to $90 going this route, but like TM2DB said, you don't get the Navi, so what are you gonna do, right?
Also, I'm fully expecting the Encore to go on clearance around Black Friday time this year, so I'll probably get one for $50.
Yeah.
Is this how the Encore attached, Dakota?
It did on the other. Well, no,
because I thought it plugged into his arm, but I could be wrong. Right.
So on the Encore, his entire hand and arm slot into the Matrix Buster. And it's not his hand isn't as visible because in the show, his entire arm morphed with his big cannon, and it just became its own limb, right?
Gotcha.
But it did the wires plug in where they're plugging in on this one and stuff like that. But it was his left arm and not his right arm. But they are giving you some options here to do that. And if you want to, you see the way they have the big cannon here on his back, you can still leave that there. But where this tusk is kind of turned down on the Encore, you have to fold it a lot closer to the body and kind of turn it away. So just depends on what aesthetic you want, I guess, at the end of the day. And if you want the option to have left side or right side. So, but yeah, you see on the Encore, it actually clipped over the stem on the shoulder here instead of setting up top like this. And all of this forearm and bicep and all that was inside the cannon itself. So this definitely allows for more posing options for sure.
Yeah, it looks really good, and I'm looking forward to getting it.
No.
Well,
very good.
I'm sorry, like you said, Mike.
This bit of news, I don't know who posted it first. I just saw it from AllSpark first. Netflix's War for Cybertron Deluxe Cheetor Walmart listing. So this has been a bit of a topic of discussion, right? So apparently in Walmart systems, there was a leak for Deluxe Cheetor. I guess this is the product number?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And priced at your standard deluxe price. So, I guess we can kind of speculate here because there's no pictures or anything like that attached to it. But it is, as people have pointed out in the War for Cybertron, I guess, Netflix series of stuff. I am not holding my breath. I honestly still kind of think it'll be Cyberverse, and maybe it's just under the wrong, I guess, line in their system. But like they've been doing like the kind of like better show accurate Cyberverse toys within the last year or so. That's still kind of my thought process on it. If not, I think it's going to be something like maybe vehicle mode Cheetor, or something a lot more robotic and not very organic.
Part of me is wondering if it's even Netflix. Like it may share the same SKU number, but I'm wondering if it's actually Earthrise and it's going to be one of those like, here's a preview of the line to come, just like we got with Astro Train and Spinister.
Yeah.
Because Spinister and Astro Train had very, 100% Earth modes for being Cybertronian.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out with kind of what Kabar had said. Me and him had talked about it. Was that maybe it'll be side swipe. It'll be
a side swipe repaint.
A redecorated side swipe.
The third one it'd be the fourth one for the Netflix stuff.
I mean, they're still going to do another Red Alert Red Alert Netflix one as well.
And Deep Cover.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, they're going to. Boy, you thought the Chromia reuse was bad, man. They're fixing to do a death that side swipe mold.
I've heard someone mention they're wondering if it's going to be out of the Chromia mold. It's like, no.
Oh no, I hope not.
I mean, they made a masculine character out of that with the combiner version, making Tentakill. So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Candace, what about you? What you thinking about this? I agree with the cat as well.
Yeah.
Part of me thinking it's going to be Beast Machines colored season 1 Cheetor for the next line.
Oh God! Now, if it's Beast Machine Cheetor, I'm in. I'm 100% in. If it's Beast Machine Cheetor, like honestly, there's things like like they could use that Night Slash mold. It got kind of Cheetor colors in the Universe line, but it wasn't really Cheetor colors in the Universe line. But if they actually decoed it up like he looked in the show, that would be great. I doubt it, but that would be great. Oh, I'd love Beast Machine's Cheetor design, but would you be in on it if it's a vehicle Cheetor and I don't know.
I would be.
I would be. It's still Cheetor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I've already got vehicle Cheetor. I got 2 vehicle Cheetors.
You're gonna have 3 when they do. Well, no, that's not technically vehicle Cheetor. It's Transtech. Never mind.
Yeah. Kabar, what were your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think like Mike was saying, it'd be cool if it was the side swipe mold, but also the Prowl mold would work for Cheetor too. I think.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it looks sleek. It's a sleek looking vehicle.
They do a new sort of Prowl like Datsun Brother mold for Earthrise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's rumored in a 2-pack with an Earth mode Ironhide.
Yeah, because Prowl's head sculpt kind of looks like Cheetor anyways.
See, I think they would do a totally new head sculpt. Now, do you think this would be like a Generation Selects, like Red Wing was for Target?
No, I think it's going to be a Walmart, because this was found in Walmart systems.
Right. But do you think it would be in Select style packaging? Because even if it is, honestly, if it is vehicle Cheetor, that seems like Generation Selects territory and not so much mainline territory.
Obviously, you give Hasbro too much credit.
Yeah, I probably do.
That's why I'm thinking it's like a battle damaged or something, preview of the next line.
If it's a Netflix one, then it's going to be Walmart.
Yeah. Well, I think it was under the. Yeah, it says Netflix's War for Cybertron. At least this is what Allspark reported.
Nowhere in the listing did it say it was Netflix, though. So
yeah, it's just an assumption based on the SKU. The SKU could be wrong.
But I mean, I could also see. I don't know if any of you have watched Cyberverse. I could see story-wise, given what little we know about the story for the Netflix show, how Cheetor could be in it. I mean, anyone care if I go into how he is in Cyberverse, what he does?
Go for it, because I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't either.
So in Cyberverse, he's the guardian of the Allspark, and in this show, I guess it revolves around the Allspark. So what if he's in this show as guardian of the Allspark?
Have you not gotten to the current episode
What current episode
of
Cyberverse?
Yeah.
I haven't finished the series. No.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be disappointed.
Well, I mean, I'm in the middle of season 3. I know he gets offed, but
Okay.
Ghost Lord Peter says vehicle Cheetor is just Bumblebee, isn't it?
pretty much.
But Bumblebee with spots.
Well, that was an awkward thing in Cyberverse. You had Bumblebee, Hot Rod, and Cheetor all interacting together on a team together. It was like, okay, this is the same character.
It's like, where's Hot Shot now?
Yeah, exactly. And Sideburn.
Oh God.
Wow. I think that would have been a little too much, right? Like that would have been
Too much
way
kid appeal.
over the top. Yeah. So, anyways, man, I guess time will tell. Like, I guess if we were to see that kind of reveal, it would normally have been in the month of July, but
I think we'll get like a live stream, or they'll just throw it up on the Facebook page without warning.
yeah.
On Friday.
But I mean, the show's
What's going
also
on
coming
Friday?
out in. They do reveals on Friday now.
Yep.
Hasbro does.
Could have fooled
But
me.
if he's in the show, we'll find out in June, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Because that's when the show's coming out. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I kind of hope I kind of hope he is, and they've been keeping it hush hush. That'd be a cool surprise.
Cheetor's
like
gonna
that-
be our baby Yoda.
Just like that freaking Ultra Magnus box. That was so hush hush.
Oh, the Ultra Magnus box. What was the point of that? It was like, oh look, hype. Oh look, we just used some gray plastic on Ultra Magnus, and here's
It's got
clear
all these spoilers in
thing.
there. Like the spoiler was the cloak and a Jolly Rancher rung.
Yeah, you know
But
what?
they didn't even come with the cloak. It was just Play-Doh with the Energon cubes.
Right, I was so ruined by knowing.
What? I thought
Play-Doh
that was a
gonna be
cloak
on
in
the
there.
show.
No,
I
that's
thought that gray
Play-Doh.
stuff was
no cloak.
Play-Doh. Why?
That's where you find the Energon cubes. Is apparently in the middle of Play-Doh.
God, that's
Yeah,
so.
they're in a little plastic baggie inside the Play-Doh.
And digging
I
that out like digging a ring out.
honestly thought that was like the cloak, because like I mean I couldn't tell like the texture of it or anything like that, but I thought it was just the cloak balled
Me
up
too.
and the wow.
Yeah, a
Dude.
couple more pictures. You could see the fingerprints all over the Play-Doh.
What a that's the thing. I saw the one and I was like, all right, sweet, comes with a cloak. I want that cloak. Come to find out, like I would have potentially been paying money for Play-Doh, like
A $20
good on
Ultra
speaking of Play-Doh.
Magnus and a $40 rung figure.
Wow.
no. That's I'm still interested to see the show and see how Ultra Magnus is going to utilize his Play-Doh properly. So
Just throws it in Megatron's face. Don't mix the colors.
just yeah,
Mud in your eye, buddy.
my goodness. All right.
Clogs out the barrel of the tank mode.
We got us a rather interesting topic tonight. This one's from our very own Dr. Tennell, MD. If you go to retail, see an item you want, and notice that one or more of that same item is in the wrong place, do you accept that they made a mistake and pay the full retail price, or do you argue to get it at a cheaper price? Mike, take us away.
Well, I actually wanted to go last so I can tell every one of y'all how wrong y'all are. So, can I go last?
We'll let you circle back around and defend your stance.
Okay,
Uh,
great.
Okay.
That's good to know. And like what I got for this week's episode. So
No, that's gonna be next week. I'll have to do that next week. Tell you what, you give us your rebuttal tonight, next week.
no. Okay, so here's what I want to say is that this has started off in another chat, but I've actually dealt with this personally in stores as well. So basically what a person did on one of the forums was he basically got a G1 reissue ashtray for $4. He posted it up the receipt and the ashtray with his dirty ass fingernails, and the fandom ripped him out, licked him up, and stuck him back together. That's how bad they ripped into him.
They ripped into him so bad they licked him afterwards.
Yeah.
They thought he was a window.
Anyway, so the guy basically got literally just ripped up over the whole situation, called a thief, everything but a human being. And I see this in both ways, because I've gone to the store and it's been not one or two, but usually a whole case, if not 2 cases worth, in the wrong spot. And the worst thing they're going to say is no. There's no need to go all Karen on somebody. So it's kind of like, you go up there, you say, hey, this $50 toy was in a $20 slot. Will you price match it? No. Okay, fine. Or, yeah, let me go look at it. And they go look at it and they say, okay, yeah, there's a whole stinking load of them there, so I'll honor that price. Now, one time I told the department manager while I was there, hey, showed her, hey, this is in the wrong spot. This isn't the right price. She looked at it and her exact words was, I told them to make sure they were checking these tags. And she goes, do you want one of them? And I said, well, I was thinking about it. I said, it's no big deal. She look, I will walk you up front and I will price match it to that price. Okay. So I took her up on it. So y'all can think whatever you want to about me, but I got something $20 cheaper.
I think that's a different situation.
Okay.
I mean, at that point, the manager, the rep, whatever, offered to do that.
Right.
So it's a way different thing. Josh says sometimes the only way to fight a Karen is to become a Karen.
You can't beat them.
This is
Join them.
true.
True. I mean, if they just outright offer that, then okay, sure. But I'm more or less in agreement with you. I'm not gonna fight it.
Right now, if let's say the same situation, 2 cases worth of G1 reissue Optimus Prime is sitting in a $20 slot and it's a $50 toy, but they say no. Now you can say, well, your policy is you have to match what the tag says. Now that is a Walmart policy. That is their own policy. They have no one to blame but themselves. Now you can play that card. Whether you'll win or not is a different story.
I think if you play that card, you're a dick. Or a Karen.
I am a dick and I am a Karen because I have played that card and I have won because my mother's the one that told me that rule years ago.
Of course, Karen told you.
Her name wasn't Karen, it was Carol. Get it right.
Close enough.
But anyways,
Carol is the Pikachu to Karen's Raichu.
honestly, I can see it going any other way. But being, not knowing the whole situation of how he got that price, I feel like in some aspects, until the guy justifies what he says, no need to go on there calling him a thief or a liar or you're too poor for the community and you have no right being in this community. So, I mean, you can go. I can agree either way with this situation.
All right.
I'm kind of like someone here. I'll go either way.
I'll kind of circle back around to that. Kabar, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's not something I would do, but I barely toy hunt anyways, as it is. I buy most of my stuff on eBay, so. But yeah, I mean, I guess if the opportunity presents itself, then sure. I mean, who doesn't like to save money? But I don't think I would ever seek it. I would never say, "Hey, this is in the wrong spot. Can you give me for this price?" I don't know. Actually, when I am at stores, I do put stuff.
I can't tell who's doing it. Oh, there it is. Mike, fix your situation. Come back to us. All right.
Like I was saying, when I'm at stores, I actually do like just put stuff back where it's supposed to go. It's like, I'm just OCD about that, and like I just like the Transformer section is always just destroyed. So, yeah. So no, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Ghost Lord Peter in the chat says he agrees with Mike, and he'll make his case politely for it. But if they say no, it's no big deal, and he'll still get it. But if you don't try for it, you'll never know. Mike, how's your situation? Still bad. Joe, what about you, man?
I've done it a few times where they have it in the wrong spot, and I go, "Oh, this was in the wrong spot. It was actually this price." And then, I mean, if they go for it, like if they'll send someone to check, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah," they confirm it, and okay, great, I saved a little money. If not, no big deal. I mean, like today I was at Walmart and they had the Astro Train in the slot for like 26 something. I could have gotten one, but I just didn't. They had like 12 of them sitting there, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like dealing with the hassle. So, because sometimes it is. Sometimes you get like sometimes they can be really snotty about it and accuse you of moving it yourself, and I didn't feel like dealing with that. So. And
that's a possibility too, man. Like, I think for it to always come back on whoever stocked the shelves or whatever, like I think that's just such a poor cop out for a consumer or a supervisor to make. You know, just assume that it was your people. Like, there are shitty people out there that will reorganize one of the least looked at and traveled upon parts of a store. You know, like. Just to get something at a cheaper price. Like, there are scumbags, and they do live in our society, and they're just a part of our society. But they're there. Brother Kyle says most stores around me have super disorganized toy aisles. I'd never argue about some shit in the wrong place. However, if something rings up wrong, you quietly pay and walk out with your prize. And the Ghost Lord Peter says plus haggling price like an adult. It's awkward for bringing a toy to the counter without a child at my side. Yeah, I've always just let them know, like, if they ask or say anything about it, I'm like, no, it's for me. You know, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see where we at. Dalton, what about you, man?
Similar situation has happened to me as with Mike. I went to go get one of those Ratio Optimus Primes, and it was on the whole case was sitting there on the tag for Hot Rod. So $15. I go up to, whoever was working, I think it was one of the floor managers, asked if they could take a look, see what's going on, if there's, any way ringing up as that. And she's like, yeah, we could do it just for this one, but I've got to take the rest of these back so I can get the right price tag out. Really no arguing with it. Like, my store, for being like total shambles when it comes to the toy aisles, is actually pretty decent about fixing that.
And see, so like that's another thing too, man. Like, you can read the tags. Like, the tags will typically say, especially for a specialty item like that, it'll have the name in it. Like, for something, or even like if it's an assortment, like Deluxe, Voyager, Leader, so on. Like, if you can read, I don't feel like it's a valid. Like, I mean, you can understand numbers, but you can't understand words. Get the fuck out of here.
Hold on. If I have to read, their employees should be able to read too.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Thank you. Don't agree with me.
Hang on. Let me rebuttal that. If I'm getting paid minimum wage, you're getting minimum effort. It goes on the shelf. All right, there it is on the shelf.
Doesn't take that much to read.
Minimum wage is $10 an hour.
No, it's not. Federal minimum is $7.25, and that's what it is here.
Arkansas too.
Honestly, I don't argue with anyone unless they make at least $25 an hour. Then I think it's kind of worth the argument. You know what I mean? Anyone under $25 an hour, I ain't gonna argue with you. Like, you're putting up with too much bullshit as it is. In turn, I don't get paid $25 an hour, so I don't argue with anyone. So, take that for what it's worth. But let's see. Brother Kyle says also Walmart isn't selling shit I buy for the most part anyways. Their Legends and Black Series section is weak. Same with Target. I usually just get my toys through the underground network of collectors. He also said that they always ask if he wants a gift receipt, and he says, no thanks, this is for me in regard to like, buying toys. So, Candace, what about you?
I have to say that I haven't really run into this problem or advantage, if you want to call it that. I think it's something like Joe was saying, that you just you say something and then someone will go and check, and either they'll what's the word? I'm having a brain fart. Either they'll honor that, or they'll just tell you, hey, no, you gotta pay this or whatever, blah blah blah. I don't think it would be a big deal to me, as long as it's not overpriced. Then I'd be kind of like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right.
Like the G1 reissues are overpriced.
Exactly.
Well, or if it's just like, I mean, like so like the $20 spot getting rung up for like $30, right? Like I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's like, whoa, no. Get a correction here. But they have a lot of those self scanners, don't they, in the aisles?
Yep.
In some places.
No.
Oh, mine still does.
Mine doesn't. All gone.
But you also got the Walmart app on your phone, so
That's too much.
I don't have that crap.
Oh, the thing you carry the thing you carry around in your asshole when you shower, that's too much, Mike? Golly.
probably got it set to vibrate too.
I also don't do a lot of toy hunting anymore in the stores. My store doesn't carry anything, and it just annoys me to no end to just be hopeful and go and look. Nope, nothing's there as usual. And so I usually buy all of my stuff online. What we used to do as kids, I think my brother started doing this first.
Blame it on your brother when he's not here to defend himself.
Oh, that's too bad. No, he would totally take credit for this. He would take the toys he wanted, didn't want anybody else to have them until he could pay for them the next time we were there. So he would deliberately hide them around other toys or possibly even clothing. He might have put them like in the middle of the racks where you couldn't really see things on the floor.
Sounds like us.
And he would,
There are still adults that do that to this
I do
day.
that.
I
I do
did
that.
that a couple weeks ago.
Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are absolutely ridiculous.
I do it in the garden section.
I don't go that far.
Section.
I don't go that far. I'll stick it somewhere like behind a big like action figure or something, like those weird like knockoff Power Ranger things that are right there.
I can tell
I
none
had
of
it behind
you,
the Barbies.
I can tell none of you have worked retail and have had to deal with constant inventory checks, and shame on every last one of you.
I work retail, dude.
Anytime, like so I worked in auto parts retail, right? Like I started as a delivery driver to warehouse driver coordinator, and then got my way up to the counter. So whenever I got to the counter, if there was like crimps that were missing, or like a small battery, terminal post or whatever that was missing, my rode our ass, because come inventory, when we're having to do inventory, we got to stay up on our inventory, bro. That's some real shit, man. Shame on y'all. That's so much. That's so much work y'all just did for someone. And you just called someone supervisor.
In an auto store too, Dakota, and I dealt with the same headache.
Someone's supervisor that doesn't get paid enough is then having to ride their ass who doesn't get paid enough.
I mean, if I hide something, I at least go back in the next day or two and get it.
All for a percentile difference of this other asshole that's not paying these two people enough to turn a profit. Like even then, man, like our like whenever I worked in it, my supervisor, he was on asses every single day about tying up inventory, or when someone would order something over the phone or whatever, making sure to go get it, and if it's not there, then inventory says it's just such a headache to be spoken to like a trash can because somebody wants to hide a fucking toy in the garden section.
Here lately, I've been hiding stuff underneath the bottom floor of the gondola, I'll lift that shelf up and I'll put it down inside there and hide it.
I don't go that far, Mike. I just move it over to where it's just out of sight.
How you think I had 4 or 5 sound waves? I hid them sons of bitches.
I haven't done it since I was a kid. So
Hey, try it.
Store,
you'll really enjoy it.
And
I'm
like a real. I'm a real adult, so if I have the money, I'll get it. If I don't, too bad.
What do you mean, a real adult? What that supposed to mean?
Candace, I have so much more respect for you now, and so much more disrespect
redeemed
for
myself.
everybody.
Mike, you're just an overachiever.
I know. Hey, we tell you what. One time, there was this kid that worked at Target that I used to talk to all the time, and apparently they were doing some reshelving, and apparently he looked underneath the bottom shelf. He actually found, this was a couple years ago, he found a G.I. Joe from the 25th line card on the bottom shelf that was on clearance for like a nickel.
Oh my God.
Didn't even know it was there. He was cleaning it up and found it. I got no shame in hiding it. Damn. I'll hide shit all day long. In the garden center.
So you're the one who hid it.
No, I didn't hide that, but I will hide some stuff in the garden center.
Mike,
Find the bag of manure, hide it right there.
Mike, do you refer to your stash as your pile of loot?
He just goes and digs the plants out of the potting soil and just sets the box, puts the plant back on top.
The funny thing is, the last time I went to go pick up some sound waves, I had Gracie with me, and I had her at the end of the aisle, like, hey, keep a lookout. My daddy looked for something. She's sitting there looking, she's like, what the hell is he doing? And I started pulling these all out, and she just shook her head.
Golly.
Your own kid's disappointed in you.
Josh Fisher said, I used to work the toy section at Walmart in the 90s. The amount of shit people would hide underneath the bottom shelf on the floor was insane. So apparently Mike isn't the OG. Brother Kyle says, I always feel like there's someone around my town that has the retail connections on shipments and snags everything as they come in for eBay resale. The aisle where the desk and drawers floor models are is a great place to put hiding.
That's true. Except the Target watches you and they'll go pick it out.
You call them toy squirrels. Golly. All right. As for the topic at hand, if I go to retail to buy something, I go with a preconceived notion that I'm paying $20 plus tax, and that's just it. I've accepted those parameters prior to walking out of my door at home. So I don't look at the price tags. Like, as a collector, I know Deluxes are 20, Voyagers are 35, Liters are 60, right? Is that about what it is now?
Yeah, too much.
Okay. Secondly, as an adult, I order all this shit online because it's far more convenient. Just ordering it, waiting on insert my choice of online retailer, and getting it that way. It nowadays comes out to be about the same price. Maybe you pay a little bit more, maybe you don't. Honestly, it's what I'd pay in gas, right? So, and then, I'm the kind of guy that I got to buy chocolate milk while I'm there, and maybe some, oatmeal cream pies and some Oreos. And it's just better for me not to go do it myself. Now, I just accept, if it's in the wrong place, I just accept it and I move on. And I said earlier that I know that people that work in retail and customer service in general don't get paid enough to put up with some bullshit.
But they don't.
They don't. Like, you go do it. Go do it, Mike.
I do. I am that Karen.
No, see, that's the thing. You don't. You're dealing with like location supervisors and stuff like that. You're not dealing with the general public. General public is far worse than a supervisor at some location. I promise you. because I used to run a route, and yeah, there were people that were problematic in those supervisory positions, but the fact that I only had to deal with maybe 10 of them in a day, a little bit easier than dealing with 150 of them. You know what I mean? And driving the route job, I was paid more. So there's that. I was paid double what our minimum wage is. So that's all I'm saying. Like that's my beliefs on it, man. Like just accept it. So
you're telling me that you wouldn't at least try if it was in the wrong spot?
No.
At least try.
No, because I went in there knowing that I'm going to pay whatever $22 after tax, and that's what I'm going to pay.
But if you could save $10 in today's society, you wouldn't try.
No, because $10 isn't going to make or break me.
You want to bet? Have you lived with me lately?
If I live with you, I haven't. But me personally, $10 isn't going to be the. And honestly, if it comes down to that $10, I'm just going to go without the toys because there's more pressing things for me to concern myself with that $10 over.
Don't you try to one up me as an adult?
I'm just trying to be responsible, man. You know. Now $100, okay, we're talking. You know, all right, but $10-15, oh man, like I got a credit limit. You know, I got a line of credit, whatever. So that's just me. That's just how I look at it. I'm not gonna argue with someone for 15 minutes over what their hourly salary is. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. I got too much respect for strangers, man. Like, you know, but and honestly, if you build that kind of good rapport, like maybe whenever some stuff that actually does start to hit retail starts to come out, you get in good with them there toy squirrel managers that Brother Kyle was talking about. Toy squirrels. Josh Fisher asks who wants to bother with pants for toys anyways. Yeah, man, I hate going grocery shopping as it is, and I love groceries. I eat them every day, you know? So it's interesting. Now, as far as like the guy that, you know, went to the manager and said, hey, will you honor this $4 for this $50 figure? I think that is a detriment to the fandom. Just like I think knockoffs are a detriment to the fandom.
And third party is a detriment to the fandom.
Third party doesn't affect the sales of official product like KOs do. Yeah, because KOs are directly competing with an official product because they are a knockoff of that official product. But I think that whenever anything goes, like everyone loves, getting a good deal and having a deal and all this other stuff, and that's all well and good. Deals are fine, but if everything goes on clearance, that's not a good sign. That's not good brand health. And I get it, whatever, greedy corporations, and to an extent, I can agree with that. To an extent, but I'd much rather just pay the full price. A, I get it now instead of hoping it goes on clearance, and B, it's just I think it's a better cycle that way, personally. So if anybody wants to argue that point,
well, didn't he pick up like it was more than one Astro
Train? It was like 2 or 3. 2.
It was 2.
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, so like at that point, I can see where that's kind of.
Now, when I got my my reissue Optimus Prime for $20, they let me get 2. But that was
keep one sealed, or you sell the other one. Keep one sealed, or you sell the other one.
I think I got one open. I got one somewhere. I got them here somewhere. I still have them. One, because I mean,
obviously that guy is. And you can't say for sure because, like, I mean, like we talked about earlier, dude, I buy doubles, triples, some cases quadruples of things, and I got no intention on selling any of those Dinobots,
Mm-hmm.
So can't even really say he got one to flip either, But again, I think that that's unhealthy. You know, like I know, I'm sure we'll see some Beast Wars reissues, hopefully, for the 25th, and they'll probably be coming through Walmart. And I would hate to see those hit the clearance. I would hate to see people abusing the system, and so then it shows like, okay, it shows Walmart, well, the profit margins on these were just terrible. We didn't move units or whatever. Why do we want to order any for this next go around? You know,
I think the problem
might
with
already be
the
Show up at my
issues
store in the
is
first
they're
place.
Too expensive.
They are too expensive, Joe. That's right. I have to agree.
and,
I
I mean,
mean-
I heard the Astro Train was like the same as if you bought an actual vintage one, you
Yeah.
know. But at the
Vintage
same
one's
time,
cheaper. You can get them for $35 shipped on eBay.
yeah, and you're getting it used and played with, and it probably smells funny, opposed to getting something that's brand new. No one's messed with it. You know, you're gonna have tighter tolerances. Some cases you may have looser tolerances. Who knows? Depends on the mold. But
It depends on the mold on the figure too.
Just like the sound
Oh,
wave, they
no,
have a
no.
lot of issues.
Not the plastic mold, different mold.
My
TMTTB
reissue
says
Astro
hard
Train has
back.
floppy legs.
It's I mean, it's a strong possibility. I mean, it's not like the reissues that are coming out now are really, you know, crazy awesome, gotta have it reissues. It's all stuff that's been reissued 3 or 4 times over as it is. But, you know, with Beast Wars, like, I think as long as they diverge from any of those 10th anniversary reissues, like, I think there would probably be some interest there. You know, even if you're paying $30 for a carded Dinobot, right, from Walmart.
I don't even think it'd be that much. I think it'd be 20, 25
Oh, you get
because
them too much
they're
credit.
lighter.
Yeah, I mean they are, but they're also not as light as your modern $20 price point figure. So I would put those like first wave deluxes closer to that $30 price point.
Yeah.
And that's cheaper than you'd find one on the secondary market.
No, I sat on a Dinobot on eBay for $30. So
Mint on sealed card, sealed.
oh no,
Not touched?
loose.
Yeah, like that's, you know, again,
I guess
used
but,
used
I mean,
versus new
30
mentality.
$30. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Still, $30 would be good. I'd buy those. So
Oh yeah.
Now, do you think they're gonna steer away from those characters they already did? Because
No.
I think they got to do an Optimus and a Megatron.
Yeah.
they got to do Dinobot.
Cheetor.
Those are the bread and butter characters. They got to
Yep.
do those.
I think my question would be, would they do toy decos or would they do show decos? And I think that's the $64,000 question for potential Beast Wars reissues. Personally, I would prefer show decos.
Yeah.
Like I would like to actually finally get a Dinobot that is a dark brown primary with light brown stripes instead of the other way around. You know, and the Telemoka is very reminiscent of like the commercial Dinobot, but it's still even kind of trying to do the best between the commercial Dinobot and the show Dinobot, and it just didn't really get anywhere.
Now,
So-
I wonder if we would see like the Generations figures reissued in there. Like if they're going for a show decal, would they throw in a Rhinox with a show decal? Would they throw in a Waspinator with a more show accurate color scheme? Or would they go for the vintage figures?
That's literally what I just asked.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear the Generations figures. though.
Oh, Generations. Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah.
I would be surprised if they did. I would be bummed if they did. Like at that point, I just wouldn't need them. You know.
Just
Yeah, I would. Well, we already got.
But I mean, with the Telemoka, do we really need show accurate versions of them? I mean, we already got them.
Be cool to get like a Scorponok.
Yeah, that would
Yeah, I think like
finish the combiner.
Like original mold Scorponok with the show accurate deco. That'd be cool.
oh, I was hoping for like the vintage mold with the actual show accurate deco. That would
I think
work
that's what
out
he said.
sweet.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
I
what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about like new mold.
Turn your
Okay.
hearing aids up, Dakota.
Yeah, I need to. Well, I'm
I
multi.
think it would be cool if they did a show accurate head on it, but like a newly molded head. Because didn't they do that for the 10th anniversary Megatron?
And Primal.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibilities to do that.
But they didn't do that for Cheetor or Rat Trap or Dinobot, so maybe it would
Yeah.
just depend. But see,
Maybe
Scorponok's
they can go back and retool the heads.
Scorponok's a great example of like a figure that's $100 on the secondary market. Where okay, like let's get a reuse from this mold and paint it show accurate, and you can it's when you can release for like whatever $40-$50.
I'd pay that.
Show
Absolutely.
accurate Inferno. Get
All
some
day.
nice metallics on Inferno. That would be really cool.
Opaque plastic. and having that kind of teal color instead of the gray.
Yeah.
He'd be another one for like a remolded head too. Inferno.
His wasn't too bad.
It was close, but
the teeth were just so close together. It just looked like
I wouldn't even want remolded heads, man. Tyler says, make new characters from repainted old molds. Like that to me was the attraction that I had to like the old '90s BotCon stuff. And he also says, give us Polar Claw / Survive repaint as a Kodiak bear and name him something like Decodiac. TM2DB is just like, yes, we need all the Beast Wars. Anything they're willing to give us, all of it, I'll buy it.
Just the Candace answer, Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
So what do you think about Beast Wars?
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see something sooner or later. Well,
Hopefully in the next couple months.
I think I think we be Toy Fair next year.
Or New York Comic Con.
Give us a Blue Inferno and name him Flick.
That's what Hasbro really partners up with Disney.
TM2DB mentioned something. Give us Star Upper, like those unused concepts from Neo, man, or even the unused concepts that Takara was going to make for the 10th anniversary for Telemoka. They were going to do new molds.
Oh yeah, I remember
give
those.
it
Those
that.
were really cool.
I would love that. I think Star Upper was the kangaroo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Like, yeah, dude, do those. Like, let me get some of those.
Some of those
Stadia,
ones
I think was his name. Mock Kick's mentor. Just another horse, like
And then another
My Little Pony crossover potential.
Oh god.
It'll happen, and I'd buy the shit. Like, not gonna lie, I'd be the guy that gets the battle unicorn repaint.
I mean, it'll be fancy, like bright neon colors. So I mean, fits in with the prototype stuff, color wise.
Trying to appeal to my sensibilities, are you?
Yep.
Anybody else have anything they wanted to add to that topic before we smooge on out of here?
Just give us more Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Beast
That's all
Wars.
that matters.
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
Actually,
All right. Before you get out of here, you should take a listen to some of these cool shows. It's part of the Cool Table Network, such as Shattercast, Uncut, In the Realms, Deluxe, Figga Bangin, Bolts, 40K plus Max, Breaking Mulneraries, Radio Fish Communications, Building Up to a Verbally Challenged Masterpiece, Shitpiece Theater, Nerds, a Spoken Total Package Podcast, Blackout Shout, all queued up off the runner, Cybercast, and around 30 minutes with our boy Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. Even though he doesn't do those anymore, it's probably one more I should take off the list. No more around 30 minutes. Been a long time, but if you haven't seen them, you should check them out. You can find me at The Real Jed Vargo. You can find Mike at Dr. Tennell, MD. Kabar at KBar432. Joe at StasisLockPodcast@gmail.com. Dalton at Daltonians TFs. And Candace is everywhere at Essential Beast Wars. Thank y'all for all listening / watching. We'll see y'all next week.
Beast-